Hello and welcome to almost the second last day of sold out launch, day 6, crafting the ask. The ask can make or break your entire launch. So pay special attention to this. Okay, so what is the ask? Your ask, I'm not specifically going to talk about where you're going to use your ask. You can use it on your sales page, you can use it in your promos, in your emails, in your Facebook ads, everywhere. But here's the thing, your ask should make them believe three things. If your ask does not make them believe these three things, you're just wasting your time. It should make them believe that you can deliver what you're promising, that they can achieve what you're promising, and the material that you're giving them can give them what you are promising. If one of these elements is missing, if even one single of these elements is missing, your ask is gonna fail. What most people do is that they focus on either the number 1 or number 3, and very few people focus on number 2. And here's the secret tip for fantastic sold out launches. Your ask, if it has all 3 elements, it's very, very hard for them to say no if they're the right people at the right temperature. I will say that again. If your ask has all these 3 elements and the people are the right people at the right temperature, it's almost impossible for them to say no. And this is why it's so important. So let's talk about how you can craft an ask that has all these 3 elements. These are the things that you need to write down in full detail before you go any further. What is the real problem that they have? So this is your problem. This is why you can't afford to wait any longer to solve it. What you're doing here is you are answering all the questions that they will be subconsciously asking themselves as they go through your sales page or your sales email or your social media post or your Facebook ad. And you don't want them to have that, ask that question and not come up with an answer. So what you are doing is you are preempting the answer by crafting your ask. So what exactly is the problem? So describe the problem in full vivid detail. This is why they absolutely cannot afford to wait any longer to solve it, because they must be thinking to themselves, okay, if I've lived with this problem for so long, maybe I can live with this problem for another 6 months. So you need to justify why they cannot afford to wait any longer. This also creates a sense of urgency, even when there is no urgency, even when there is no clear urgency or scarcity. Just by focusing on this element, just by including this element, it creates a sense of urgency. This is what I have for you. So this is where you describe exactly what you have on offer. This is why you should take it. Here are the full benefits and full features along with benefits. And here's a secret tip. When you describe why they should take it, or when you describe what you have for them, and you're going to use features, you need to use the so that formula. Now the so that formula means that if you're going to put in a feature, you have to put in the associated benefit. So this is what it has. It has lifetime access, for example. That's a feature, lifetime access, so that you can come and use it whenever you have time. It gives you a daily step-by-step checklist so that you can use it whenever, even if you're really busy. So if you're going to use a feature, make sure you use so that and mention the associated benefit. This is why you should trust me. Here you are going to bring in your credentials and as to why you are the right person to be teaching this. This is how it has helped others. This is where the case studies or the testimonials or social proof comes in. This is why it works, even if this last point, 90% of the sales pages out there do not. I have no idea why they don't address this. And this is answering the question, can I do this? That's their own belief in themselves. In my mass persuasion method, I call it the believability switch. If the believability switch is not turned on, they might believe you, they might believe your product, they might believe the testimonials, but they don't believe in themselves because they have all these random excuses as to why it's not going to work. By including this section, this is why it works even if you are you suffer from diabetes, even if you have 5 kids, even if you have only 20 minutes a day, even if you have whatever, even if you have failed multiple times before, whatever all these reasons that they are telling themselves as to why it is not going to work, this is what you need to answer so that they absolutely have no excuse left. So go ahead, use this formula, use this. It's very, very comprehensive. Even if you just use this on your sales page and in your launch, you are set. You're way ahead of the curve. So go ahead, craft your ask. And tomorrow I'm going to show you how to make the ask. See you tomorrow.